But here's the deal. Here's a discussion that should be had.
Okay.
Do you appreciate something that smells like what it tastes, or do you like it when you kind of get, like, duped? Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
And welcome to our Wildcard Wednesday videos, where we draw a sample, this sample tonight, from our international pool of sipping spirits. And this could be almost anything, but we're going to try it completely blind. We're going to give you our impressions of it, and then we're going to react to the price as well before we find out what we're drinking. That way you get the most honest opinions possible. Also, before we get started into this video today, check it out, guys. We got our bar cabinets. The studio, as it is going to exist for a long time, is pretty much done other than some very small tweaks.
Yeah.
So we're getting there. We're pretty excited about it. I'm excited about getting this on the nose.
And it should be noted that you'll see this video, and then you'll probably see some of us still in our kitchen.
Yeah.
And then you'll see some of us with the old studio. So you're going to be confused.
Yeah.
But this is the most up to date.
Yes.
Because we film these on a different schedule.
Yeah. All the other stuff is batch. This stuff is filmed a little bit more frequently, our Wednesday videos. That said, let's get into the nose on this glass. I cannot wait.
Let's do it. This smells like juicy, juicy goodness.
Okay, this smells like a piece of fruit got smashed down onto a stack of Airheads.
Ooh, Airheads. Okay.
Yeah, it's got this this really thick, syrupy, almost artificial sweetness, but then there's also like real fruit sweetness involved.
Yeah, and I just smelled it again and got bacon.
Yeah, as soon as I kind of pulled away from that second, or that first nose, I did get a little bit of savoriness as well. So there's a little bit of, I don't know that I would go bacon, but I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
To me, it's like a slight bit of smokiness, just the ever so faintest hint, kind of like a nice Speyside Scotch that has just like that little kiss of smoke on it.
Can we taste it?
Man, okay, hang on. I got. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop smelling it. Let's go in for one more nose real quick. It's sticking to your glass like crazy right now. I'll say that.
Is it not sticking to yours?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm just
is.
looking at your glass.
Oh,
That's why. I mean, it's sticking to mine too.
Yeah, fruit and savory is what I'm getting.
Yeah, but what kind of fruit?
I'm getting like pears.
I can see pears. I could see something in like the peachy vibe vein. I could see a little bit of like citrusy, orangey, kind of like one of those little cuties, you know, like the little clementines. It's got like just bright fruit, but then it's not bright. It's dark on the nose. It's syrupy, sweet darkness.
Okay.
It smells sweet on the nose. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's very sweet forward.
It does smell sweet on the nose with a little hint of savory on the back.
Yeah, let's get into the palate.
So there's more smokiness present than I thought.
Way more on the palate.
Smokiness doesn't come through on the nose. At least it didn't for me.
Very faintly. Nothing like the nose could not possibly set you up for what to expect on the palate here.
Way more
it completely flip-flopped. There's a little bit of fruitiness there. The ever so slightest faint hint of fruitiness.
Yeah.
This is a lot of smoke and wood.
I don't know if I like that double take.
Hang on though. Not when I say smoke, I'm not talking about heavy peat smoke.
Right.
This is light smoke, but it's a lot of it.
And it's most of what I'm tasting. It's the most forefront of what I'm tasting.
Yeah, this is one of those pours, I think, when it hits you that way on the nose, and then you get it on the palate and it completely shape shifts on you.
It did.
Then you have to go back in for another sip because you have to get your bearings about you. And we do not have our bearings about us right now. Let's get into it.
It's still pretty smoky. The smokiness has tamed down a little bit, but it's still the predominant flavor.
Yeah, it is the predominant flavor.
I'm getting some juiciness, but it's taking a backseat for sure.
I wouldn't even call it juiciness. When I think of juicy fruit, I think of like really like fruit juices is what I think of. Juicy fruit makes me think of fruit juices.
And then I guess I mean sweetness.
Right. This has very tempered fruity sweetness that's underneath the layer of smoke. It is good to me. It's just, I think the nose set me up for one thing. And I'm trying not to hold it against this glass because what I'm getting out of it is not bad by any means.
But here's the deal. Here's a discussion that should be had.
Okay.
Do you appreciate something that smells like what it tastes, or do you like it when you kind of get like duped?
Well, I wish it tasted like it smelled because
Yeah.
it would be something bordering on special in my opinion. But now that I go back to the nose, all that juiciness is kind of gone. And it's just the smokiness for me.
It's still there for me. I'm still getting pears, like really heavy pear, like fall fruits.
Yeah. That's on the palate too, though. It's just underneath that blanket of light smoke and wood.
It's for me, it's literally like the fruit is the forefront on the nose, the smoke is the background. I take a sip and it's flip-flopped, an exact flip-flop. Smoke is forefront on the flavor and the fruit is on the background. And both of those are good, but based on what it smelled like, I think I'm disappointed in how it tasted. Because if you're gonna present something, be what you present yourself to be.
That's a fair point. I mean, I will say this on the experience on the palate. The body is a little thin. It's kind of like medium to thin. The finish lingers around with that smoky, woody finish. It's like the smoke and wood combo that complements each other really nicely, but amplifies each other so much that it overrides the fruit that's in the glass. With that said, let's go ahead and put a couple drops of water in here and see how it changes it. I personally hope it brings out some of the fruitiness and tames down the smoke. We will see. But so far, I don't know how I feel about this.
I've got some preliminary ratings. We're going to see what water does to it. So I don't think this changed the flavor so much for me, but it did tamp down the juiciness of the juicy fruit that I was getting on the nose. Like, it's still there in the forefront, but it's a little bit subdued.
Okay. So to me, this actually did tame the fruit down a little bit on the nose, but it also tamed the smoke and the wood down a little bit on the nose.
Tamed
and it kind of just made it a little bit more balanced. And I was going to say flatlined, but that's really incorrect because the nose is still really nice on this.
It is.
Like, I would absolutely give this nose a thumbs up just on its own.
Yeah, it's a really
But the
good
rest of the
nose.
glass is, to be determined. Let's get into the palate with water.
Same thing. It has the same proportion of flavors, the smokiness up front, fruit in the back, but the water just tamed it down more. So it's
Just
less,
a little bit.
It's less, just a little bit.
just
It's
a
a
little
little less smoky, a little less fruity. So everything stayed proportionally the same.
Yeah.
You just get a little bit less oomph in each of those flavors.
Barely any less. Like, honestly, I'm detecting very little difference with the water versus without the water.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll agree.
if you poured this to me in another room, if you poured me a glass of this in another room and put 2 drops of water and brought it to me, I don't think I would detect a difference at all.
Yeah, it's a minute enough detail that we know we're drinking it with water, but if I didn't know, I wouldn't be able to tell.
To me, this seems like a good, solid beginner scotch is what it's coming across for me as. It's enjoyable for what it is. It's not blowing me away by any means. Do you have some ratings on this? How you feeling?
Also, it could be an Irish too.
You think so?
I don't know. I'm giving it just okay. I'm gonna say because it did not taste at all similar to how it smelled, I was a little disappointed. So it's just okay for me.
Yeah, I think if it tasted like it smelled when we very first smelled it, it would have been a 2 thumbs up. I think with this experience, with the wood and the smoke, the light smoke kind of combining, it's going to be a just okay for me as well. Doesn't mean I don't like it. I actually do like it. I'm just not going to clamor for a bottle of this personally, and that's where I start hitting thumbs up. Thumbs up is like, I want a bottle of this. This to me is good. I might get a pour in a bar. Somebody poured a glass for me, I would absolutely finish it and enjoy it.
I was just about to say that. If somebody poured this for me, I would drink it and I would enjoy it, but I don't think I'm going to want to purchase it for my collection.
Yeah, and that's a just okay for us. Cannot wait to find out how much this thing costs and then what we've been drinking, but we will see if our ratings change when we find out how much this costs. So we're both at just okay right now. In our wildcard key, what number is this?
38.
38. So number 38 is $40.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that at all. That's a pretty solid flavor for $40.
That's a good price. I'm going to say that. Put me on record as saying that's a good price, but I don't know if I would still buy some just because the disconnect between how it, like, it's such a huge flip-flop between how it smelled and how it tasted that I don't think I would get that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think, so you're staying just okay.
I'm saying just okay, but with the caveat that that is a good price. So if this is something you like, it's a good deal. I think it's worth it. It's just maybe not worth it for me.
Yeah, I think I would be stunned if this is not a Speyside Scotch. It, to me, comes across like a very entry-level 12-year Speyside Scotch, you know, maybe 43% ABV, something like that. The price reflects that. I think if you want to get into Scotch and try it and you like oaky bourbons and things like that, this could be a good bottle to look for. For me personally, if I'm going towards Scotch, I want something that has a little bit more oomph and a little bit more like fruit sweetness. I really like that in my Scotches, and you do as well, I know.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait to find out what this is. I'm going to stay at just okay as well, because I could live without a bottle of this. I don't have to have a bottle of this. It's enjoyable. I like it, but you know, for $40, there's probably other things I would buy, or just not in Scotch, but like I would put that $40 towards a little bit more expensive bottle, personally speaking. But I do like it. So number 38 in our wild card key.
Yes.
I keep mixing this up with
We have so many keys, you guys.
I know. All right. It is. Oh, wow.
Say it.
This is West Cork Single Malt Irish Peat Charred Cask from Kathy Huey.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay, I got to turn this way because the name is so long. It's, let's see, 43%.
So what's that come out to proof in proof?
86 proof.
Okay,
So yeah.
That checks out.
43%. You're getting, it's an Irish whiskey. So that was that fruitiness, but it's been barreled in a peated cask.
Did I say this is an Irish?
You said it could be an Irish.
I didn't, because I was second guessing myself.
Yeah.
And you asked me if I was sure, and I said I don't know because I was insecure about my what I said.
Yeah.
I was right.
So this makes a lot more sense now why it's got that smoke and wood thing going on.
I'm sorry. I'm just so impressed with myself because I don't know anything.
Let's pat her on the back.
I'm sorry.
Y'all.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. Bless her heart. She nailed it.
Bless my heart. I didn't even know, and I guess right.
Yeah. This is a fascinating pour. The time we've tried this before, Kathy gave us a sample. Thank you, Kathy, for the sample.
Yes, thank you,
Kathy ended up giving us the rest of this bottle. We've got it around here somewhere.
Do we?
Within all the bottles while we've been building the studio. We haven't even revisited it.
Yeah.
But I remember when we first tried it, we were really impressed by it for $40.
$40.
It's good value.
It is good value, and I want you to hear that. Like, that is a good value.
Yeah.
I think for me, I didn't like the fact that it tasted so different than it smelled, and that just took me off guard, and that's what brought it down.
Yeah. I mean, I flat out said, I like this.
Yeah.
I just don't have to have a bottle of it.
Yep.
When we finish this bottle that Kathy gave us, then will we buy another one? I don't know. We'll probably explore more in international whiskeys, but I'm super happy to have a bottle of this.
Yeah.
Like I said, if somebody poured me a glass of this,
That too.
either one of those things, I would drink it. If you could drink a glass, I would try at least, because it is a very interesting pour, if nothing else. But man, this was a fun one. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like content like this, go ahead and subscribe. We do this every Wednesday, and we got a bunch of other videos every single week. Give it a like if you liked it, and hit the bell to be notified of our live streams once a month when we do those.
Yep, that's it. Be good to each other, and until next time,
cheers. Okay, I'm actually gonna this right here, because I'm gonna say we grabbed this sample out of our blast sample pool.
Okay.
Whoa.
That could have been.
That was almost the glass gone and my keyboard.
I know, your keyboard would have had alcohol all over it. Welcome to the channel, bringing a real world perspective to the real world whiskey consumer.
And welcome to the
I knew you were gonna say the first sip. I could just feel it in my bones.
Too many videos. All right, let's run it again.
Okay.